let it sit for a minute. Just thinking. This live stream may or not, may or not. Dyslexia setting in. It's early in the morning. Let's start again. This live stream may or may not be for you, but consider this. The use of private conversation. Yeah. Where am I going with this? Might as well take my time because I don't know who's in or who's out, who's sleep. That's the good thing about these live streams. Like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, you take your time. So yeah, we live in a time on the internet where people like to have conversations. People like to call each other out or have drama and things going on and stuff like that. And when people have conflicts with each other, this is the case. You know, some things you just can't avoid. You know, everybody's not going to get along with each other for whatever reason. Thank you for the one person that came through, even if it's just one person. Yeah, people are going to have issues with each other. What's up, Mac? Mel, thank you. Appreciate it. I got 3 people in. One person, one thumbs up. What's going on, Egyptian Gamer Geek? Appreciate you for coming through. Hopefully you can hear me. My sound is good. But this is about the use of private conversation. Thank you for the thumbs up. Now, this is excluding the trolls. I'm not, excuse the truck going by. Thank you. I automatically hit the like button. Thank you if you can hear me. What I'm about to talk about is excluding the trolls. So this doesn't count for the trolls. You know, if you troll a lot and that's your thing, then this conversation is probably for you, but at the same time, it's not about you. So what I mean by is this: sometimes we here in the community, yeah, you might see Solo today or Tuesday. Okay, I still haven't seen it yet though, Egyptian Gamer Geek, but should be good. Okay, back to what I was saying. Sometimes in the community, online, in different platforms or different spaces, people have issues with each other, and people that know each other have issues with each other, right? So there's a way to deal with that. That is usually the use of private conversation. It's like, let's say if I had a beef with Caesar, right? Instead of me calling Caesar out publicly, I would try to have a private conversation with that person if I wanted to avoid any public beef, backlash, whatever the case may be. Uncle Mel was on Gather Around at TV. That's funny, drunken one. Yeah, I'm just, you know, you only came to say hi and talk too much right now. Yeah, no, Egyptian Gamer Geek, appreciate it. I didn't expect anybody to be on right now anyway. I didn't expect a whole bunch of people to be on. I thought it was going to be a replay, gang situation, you know. But that's all good though. I appreciate anybody for being up, anybody watching right now. Right now, what I'm talking about is the use of private conversation. Thank you, Egyptian Gamer Geek. I appreciate you though. Take care. Thank you for being here for a second, for a minute, for an hour, whatever it may have been. You know. Anyway, back to what I was saying though. Yeah, I'll see you in the next stream. Nothing wrong with that, Egyptian Gamer Geek. Thank you for being a faithful subscriber. Appreciate it. One of my youngest. I appreciate you. We was waiting for you to pop on. I appreciate that, drunken one. Oh, what's going on, Brown Dwarf? See you. Okay, what this live stream is about is basically just simple. You know, when people have problems with each other, right? You know, especially if you care, you know, about the people that you're dealing with. There's a way of going about it, of criticizing a person. There's a way of going about, like putting out your dislike for something that somebody did. You know, there's the DM, the direct message, the private message, the private conversation. You can go off and, literally connect with people, halfway across the world. You know, if you found out that you had an issue with somebody and you wanted to discuss it privately. I feel that if you care about a person and you really respect a person, you talk to them privately. You say, look, I don't like this about your channel, or I don't like this about what you're doing, or you know, there's different things that you know that we do. There's a certain etiquette to it. Now, when people break that etiquette or don't follow that etiquette, you know, it's kind of crazy. You know, yeah, you can say you can just make a video, Brown Dwarf, but there's another live stream that I'm going to talk about. I'm gonna deal with that part in a whole separate live stream. I'm talking about for the sake of people who actually care about the folks that they deal with on a regular basis online. There's a way to talk to people privately. You can email a person, you can direct message them, you can even send them a private video if you had to, or whatever the case, you know, detailing whatever your displeasure or whatever the case was. You could do a private chat with them. Just stopping by to show love, your late anything. I don't know if I have a kind heart, but you know, I try. Thank you, TCK. Appreciate you. What this is about for those folks that's just coming through and stopping by real quick, it's just about the art of private conversation. You know, if you have a problem with somebody, a disagreement with somebody, and you really care about this person, speak to them privately. You know, save them the public embarrassment, the public shame if it's a situation that calls for that. If you really care about the people that you're dealing with and whatnot, you know, you care about us all. Thank you, Brown Dwarf. Yeah, well, I mean, some people want to create a beef drunken one. I'm not trying to go into any particular situations because I don't want to jump into anybody's beef, but yeah, you could talk about a beef, you know. But sometimes you have people, let's say me and you drunken one had an issue, right? Instead of me calling you out in the video on a live stream, right, or you know, or doing some kind of you know indirect situation or whatever, you know, whether it's you or somebody else, what I would do if I cared about you, I would email you first or try to hit you up on the you know Hangouts or whatever the case may be, or really just try to connect with you. Pork is no good. That's funny. Yeah, pork is no good. Beef is no good. Some people say that, you know, and I just find it crazy sometimes when I see people saying that, you know, they're friends or they're looking out for a person or you're not trying to tear somebody down. And, you know, the next minute you do a video or you do a live stream and you know, you chopping a person up to shreds, but you're doing it in the name of the friendship, you know. So like I said, I'm speaking indirect. I don't want to go into, you know, so uh, a real man, you pull you to the side and you work it out. Yeah, drunken one, I agree, you know, but unfortunately, we have people here on YouTube and other platforms who don't feel like working it out to the side before they, you know, go out there, you know, and try, you know, to make the effort to actually speak to somebody. You know, I've seen people on this platform, you know, just take it upon themselves to, you know, criticize somebody publicly, especially people that don't deserve stuff like that. And when I see stuff like that, I try to say, okay, what is the best thing that I can offer to the conversation? What is the best thing I can say, you know, in the midst of, you know, that transpiring, you know? And my thing is, I'll tell anybody, especially being online, even you know, just having the common courtesy to say to somebody, hey, look, you know, I don't like what you did, you know, or maybe I would have went about it a different way, you know. But when you bring it to the realm of public consumption, you know, to the you know the mob mentality situation, or you know just you know public view, then it becomes a situation where it can easily get out of control. It can easily turn into drama, and some people want that, you know. Like I said, but that part I'll address in a different live stream, you know. And I don't really go for that, but I get why people would go there and it would, you know, veer into the danger zone or veer into the sphere of public, you know, public shaming or ridicule or whatever the case may be. And I just say for the sake of people out there who call themselves, you know, being friends with folks online, who call themselves being, you know, just cordial or, you know, polite, you know, whatever the case may be. It's always good form, you know. I come from the Bigfoot world, lots of drama there. I imagine Brown Dwarf, Bigfoot's forever, you know what I'm saying? Bigfoot forever, you know. But for anybody that has some today, I don't even want to know what that means, Brown Dwarf. But hey, you know, to each his own, to each his own. What else was I saying? Yeah, back before I got sidetracked. You folks like seeing me get sidetracked, but back to what I was saying. I find it proper form or good form or just decency, right? To actually, you know, give a person a chance. Give a person a chance to, you know, keep their privacy, keep their dignity in a particular situation. Even if you spoke about a situation indirectly, I could understand that. Even if you didn't, use a person's name, but you spoke and you threw it out there, and for them to see it, a subliminal message or whatever the case may be, if you had to throw it out there. But to just say a person's name, to call out their channel, to call out a situation, it's bad form. You know, Forgive me as I'm about to get into this strawberry Kit Kat. This is the first time I'm actually trying this. This is just another side note. So yeah, like I was saying, it's bad form because at the end of the day, you can create enemies out of people that were supposed to be friends, and or you could lose good friendships, so people lose trust for you because at the end of the day, you're putting yourself in a situation where you're creating drama out of nothing. Yeah, I guess you could say that. This is pink. I think this is pink. Let me see. Is this a pink? No, I thought it would be pink. No, it's not. It's not pink. Ah, ah. I'm putting here. This has strawberries inside. Ain't nothing but strawberry wafer in here. You see that? Talking about strawberry inside, pink inside. I'm not going there with them. Mr. Song also from my once again with a shout out. Well, it happens, guys. There's ways to pull people off to the side privately, have a conversation about what they did. Don't make it into a public spectacle. Because shout out to Cap 7. Because it turns into something that it shouldn't. And causes people to take sides. All kind of division comes from it. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? I'm calling on Fury 009. Got 7 people in the chat. I appreciate if you hit the thumbs up if you like what I'm saying. And my thing is this: if we're mature people, if we're adults, if we're folks that saying that we're about lifting each other up, if you have a disagreement with somebody, why not pull them to the side? Avoid the public spectacle if you care. However, yeah, the Kit Kat was good. It's still good. It's just basically a strawberry wafer inside, won't cover with chocolate. That's what it is. Okay. Now, conversely, or I guess contrast to contrast, if you don't care, then I totally understand why you would call somebody's name out. Then I totally understand why you would, avoid a private conversation. But if you truly, honestly care about the people that you deal with online or even in your, professional life, your personal life, then, the use of a private conversation just gives people the dignity, gives people the chance to, gather themselves and have a real heart-to-heart discussion, without, having, public eyes prying or, just, people constantly in your business and whatever the case may be. Because sometimes a situation where people were more willing to listen to you, they're not. Because I go from a situation of being able to talk to you straight up to now, okay, once it's in the public eye, I have to defend myself if that's something that I want to do. I feel the need to defend myself, or excuse me, maybe I'll go on the offense because now you put something out there that was supposed to be personal, or a private conversation, and you put it out there. So there's the pros and cons. Sometimes the cons of it is when you're having a private conversation with somebody and you think you can trust somebody, it goes out into the world of public consumption, and then it gets crazy. It's true, the coyote problem in the city. That's funny, Browndorf. I see what you're doing there. That was funny. That was very hilarious right there. But yeah, like I said, hopefully I'm making sense because it comes to a point where, you know, it comes to a point where, like I said, you want to believe that you can have decent conversations with people regardless of, the walk of life a person comes from. You want to believe that whatever you say privately doesn't come out there, or you want to believe that you can have a private conversation with somebody, for various reasons. Sometimes you find somebody that you can confide in, or somebody you thought that was cool people, or whatever the case may be. The private conversation has many different uses. My thing is just when folks have a private conversation, I hate it when people take that private conversation and bring that into the public eye. Then that becomes an even bigger problem, and that means you just can't trust the person to begin with from the get go. But private conversations do have a use as far as giving the people chance to, gather themselves. I saw you on YouTube video with the NYZ chasing the coyote through the city. You might have Brown Dwarf. You might have, like I said, just don't tell the people in the hood that I was out here chasing coyotes. That's crazy. It is what it is. But I don't know. I just felt the need to speak on this because I've seen too many instances, where, people would take stuff into the realm of or the sphere of public opinion when it didn't need to be there. I see it's hard for some people to be responsible for their words. Yes, this is true, drunken one. Unfortunately, that is the case, and for those folks out there who feel like, that's what they want to do, you want to make the drama and you want to keep it going, karma will come for you. Saying karma will definitely come for you. But that's what that is. And then for those folks that are able to turn the other cheek when somebody does, come at you in a negative light, in a negative way, kudos to you because, yeah, in some religions, we do get taught to, turn the other cheek and whatnot, if they slap you or whatever the case may be. So, that's what it is. My drunken words come from the heart. I hear you, Brown Dwarf. I've had drunken words too. I try not to be too drunk on live streams anyway. Fury 009 says some people get caught up in the emotional aspect and focus on the one track path to bring it to the public confirmation from others. This is true. This is true, Fury 009. You do have people looking for public confirmation, the emotional aspect of it, people getting high, strung, and, wanting to hear what other people have to say. I'm not drunk, just saying, well, nobody said you were drunk, Brown Dwarf, but you said, your drunken words come from the heart. So, hey, to each his own. Who am I to tell you you're not drunk or drunk? I don't know. I can't see you. But back to what you were saying, Fury 009. Yeah, there's emotional aspects to, bringing stuff out to the sphere of public opinion or trying to get confirmation or getting emotional about things and wanting to gather consensus and get people on your side. I mean, if you have a conflict between somebody, I don't think it's about trying to get anybody on your side. I think it's really just between you and that person, trying to work things out or whatever the case may be. So, we're going to be back tomorrow. No sense in causing trouble. Yeah, 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 yeah. There you go. There you go. I mean, some of us feel like the reality drunken one, some of us just want to cause trouble. And I acknowledge that too. I acknowledge that there's some people out there who are just looking for the hot take. They're just looking for that negativity and whatnot. And that I'll speak on in another live stream. I have a special place in my heart for those folks. But it is what it is when it comes to that. I'm really talking to the people who say that they care about each other. I'm talking to those people. Now I don't know if I'm like your therapist. Like I said, I don't see that 75 an hour, but saying make a check out to Mel Mel. Anyway, drug or the drug it or the drug. That's funny. Oh, that's a joke. That's a joke for you, drunken one. A question inside of a joke. But anyway, like I was saying, this is for those few people that say they care about different people. In the midst of conflict, in the midst of any particular situation. My thing is, if you really care about somebody and you really don't agree with something that they did, then it's proper form to pull that person to the side and say, hey, look, I don't like the way that you did this, that, and the third. And if you have a drag out argument, disagreement, whatever the case, privately, then you leave it privately. That's what mature individuals would do. Now, if you don't want to be mature, you want to act like 15 and 16-year-olds, no offense to the 15 and 16-year-olds, or if you want to act like kids, then that's what it is. My cans are big, 5-gallon kegs. Interesting. This is what we've seen. That's on Undrunken One's channel. So you can definitely check that out. Am I going live for breakfast? I don't know. Mm. I'm going to get some live sleep. That's what I'm going to do in a few. Right now I'm doing this live stream. Surprised got 9 people in here, and I'm appreciative of it. Because this was something on my mind. There was some things happening inside the community that I really wasn't feeling. And like I said, I don't want to put anybody's business out there, but I just felt like the need to talk about the art of public and private conversation or whatever. What was I drinking? I was drinking tea. I'm actually drinking a few things right here. I'm drinking some Schweppes seltzer water. That's always good to have sometimes. And then I'm drinking some teas out there. Smoothie lives in the business. Smoothie lives are in the business. Um, I don't know what that means, but smoothie lives. You want me to make a smoothie live? Well, I'm gonna be getting some smoothie sleep, some smooth sleep real soon. In my situation, I moved yet to other parties, kept it up to hate. Months later, word gets around, so private conversation is not so private when it comes to social media. This is true sometimes, Cap Seven. Unfortunately, what's going on, boss? Boss ish. Now, I'm talking about if you care. You know, if you can have a private dispute with somebody, then that's also, a good way to go about it. You know, private, like I said, private conversation do have their pros and cons. The pros to it is that you can hash things out without having the public eye, making people take sides. You can work that out depending on who you're dealing with. The cons is that you can have somebody who comes to the guise of under the guise of being a friendship and resolving conflict can take all your information and bring it out to the public sphere. Now that's a case by case basis. I say that's not for everybody and not every situation. So like I said, you take that with a grain of salt. You don't judge everybody. Every book by its cover. However, there's a use for private conversations. There's a use for private private conflict resolution. I mean, I think all conflict resolution should be private to some degree. But then that goes down to trust. You should be able to trust the person that you have these private conversations with. Now, I'm not saying go out there and have private conversations with everybody that you have a conflict with. Some people you really can't reason with off to the side. Some people you have to have this public conversation back and forth with. So it is that, and definitely Brown Dwarf, you do have the power of prayer. It is powerful. But some folks out there just want to do what they do. And that's not to knock anybody. I try not to judge anybody in any particular situation. I always try to see it from all the sides, from all the different angles. Also, keeping it private makes it fair for everyone who isn't involved, as it is really none of their business in the first place, 99% of the time. I agree with this Fury 009, but once it goes into public sphere, that's what it is. We just can't get you sidetracked tonight. Great job. Well, no, Drunken One, I've been thinking about that. Where's the big feet? That's funny. Drunken One, I've been thinking about this because, like I said, there's some situations that's been going on that really, that really rubbed me the wrong way. And my thing is, if you really have an issue with somebody, if you really feel like, you want to, voice your opinion about something that somebody's doing and it's not right or whatever the case may be, have the dignity or the decency, if you call that person your friend, to pull them off to the side and say, hey, this is what's going on. My thing is, it's very exploitative, when you take it and you bring it to the sphere of public consumption. When, like Fury 009 was saying, 99% of the time, it's really none of our business what's going on between you and another person as it pertains to a beef, especially on social media. Now, don't get me wrong, some people may use it to get views and, turn their thing into a drama channel, even if they don't want to admit it. But where does it gain, anybody? What does it profit anybody? I mean, I like to bet on big feet. Um, hey, Caesar, do that. Pet big feet. That may be a viral video waiting to happen. Big feet. Caesar pets big feet. Hashtag make a trend. I don't know. But for the most part, yeah, it comes down to a point where you know your personnel. A lot of these people out here are real childish. That's where it comes from. Well, sometimes that's the truth, boss. Boss. You can have people who are real childish, and it really hurts us all in the long run because some of us should be, a lot of us should be mature individuals about how we do our thing. But then you say, who's to say that folks are mature just because they get older? Pet big feet while washing dishes in the next YouTube trend. Yes, it might be. Sub to Caesar. There you go. Why not? Why not? Thumbs up. I hear you. But for the most part, yeah, boss. I mean, some people are childish with how they operate and do their thing, and it's sad because there's so many great things you could do with this platform. So many great things you could do with collaborating with each other. I mean, so many cool people I've met on here. You know, New guy doesn't get the joke. That's funny. That's funny. It is what it is. There's a lot of inside jokes going on in the chat right now. I appreciate that. I like to see y'all folks, smiling and laughing and joking and doing all that stuff with each other. I respect everybody here. Thank you, Browndorf. I appreciate that. What I'm really respecting is the fact that I got 10 people on a live stream at was it 2 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday morning. For some people, it's a Sunday afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're in. I appreciate you all for just being here right now. Maybe you're interested in what I have to say about this whole thing with private conversations, but I go with what Cap was saying. It's pros and cons to it. I mean, if you're gonna have a private conversation with people, then we love you right back, Browndorf. Speaking of platforms, Instagram made an update to upload 5 seconds to 10-second videos, so similar to YouTube, a vehicle video. Yeah, Instagram is making strides. They're definitely making strides. 5 seconds, 10-minute videos. I heard something where they're gonna be doing something with hour-long videos, but that's what that is. We'll get into that another time, another day. I don't know. Maybe you could do that on your channel, but it's all good. I just feel like there's a certain etiquette that people should have. You know, I don't know who you're talking to. You're probably talking to somebody else, Caesar. Okay. I just think it's a certain etiquette folks should have. And, realistically, if you can't respect that with whoever you're dealing with, then maybe it's best that you just go your separate ways. If I find somebody, that I'm cool with or thought I was cool with and I can't talk to them privately, or if I talk to them privately and then my business gets out there, I address it one time and I keep it moving, because at the end of the day, it's not going to, profit me to be on here doing drama for YouTube. Is it tempting sometimes to want to go back at a person when they call you out publicly? Yeah, of course, it's like that. Oh, and for those out there that know Technetic Beats is live right now. Go check him out. Boss says, only thing that I hate is that's going on in the industry now is uh-oh, uh-oh, got controversial, is that black people don't want to see another black person do better than them. That's the only thing I have a problem with. Well, boss, um, some people call that the crab in the barrel mentality. I think that exists in many different races of people. Uh-oh, you got Caesar started. I know Basic Beast, but I'm not new to the name Technetic Beast. Ah, that's funny. Fury 009. It's Fury. You should have like a battle, a rap battle or something, like a beat battle. But yeah, boss, how does that work? There's a crab in the barrel mentality. This is social media after all. We can't make it like our president. Uh-oh. Oh, I can't blast his they can, Caesar, they can. They can. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm not saying they shouldn't. You know. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I see. See, this is the thing. I knew y'all was trying to go for the heavy stuff for the jugular. So, how do I address that? Um, every community should, you know, deal with how it, no. It's not turning weird. I got it. I got it. I got a drunken one. How to address that is every community should be responsible for how it treats each other in this community, be it black, be it white, be it Asian, be it Russian, whatever, Jewish. Everybody should be responsible for how they treat each other, whether they tear up their neighborhood, whether they build it up, whatever the case may be. If it's not blacks as human being, it's your responsible to choose no color. Yeah, there you go. Um, we all need a wall. Nah, I don't think we all need a wall. I think we all need to, really get a hold of who we are as human beings. If there's black people out there who don't want to see each other, succeed and grow and do, positive things out there, then, that's their issue. That's their problem. What's going on, Amy Salvage, Gal Creation? Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I mean, I don't want to just make this a black on black thing. Obviously, hashtag black on black crime is a thing, unfortunately. I mean, is it true that there's black people who don't want to see other black people succeed? Yes, this is the case. But it doesn't mean you stop trying to go out there and make it happen. If another black person stops me or tries to stop me from doing my thing, I'm just going to go out there and grind even harder. I'm going to go out there and just try to make it even more, because, there's a crab in the barrel mentality. But there's things like that that happen in the Hispanic community. There's things that happen like that in the Caucasian community, Jewish, whatever race or color you are, black is just a color. Yeah, so you have people in all types of communities or whatever the case. Um, I don't want to be fathers to. Well, that's not true. That's not true, Caesar. I mean, there are a lot of black men out there who want to be fathers and take care of their kids. Is it a problem in the black community? Yeah, it's a problem in the black community. but it's something that the black community has to address. When when the time is right, or really come at it for what it's worth. I mean, I don't judge anybody, because if you look at how the system is set up, and things are encouraged, or whatever the case may be, it becomes normalized. So some of these things, as far as fatherless children, happens in all races. Saying, yeah, it is a stereotype. It is definitely a stereotype. I wish that come from a person that's got their own thing going on. Well, I don't know if I'm successful and got my own thing going on. Why haven't the majority of high school said the gays? Well, that's a cultural thing. That's a cultural thing, Caesar. I mean, just because. Oh man, see, I see you trying to go there. See, I can't speak for all the black community. I don't know what you mean by acceptance. You have to clarify by acceptance, because it's not like the black community is running around trying to beat up and hurt and kill gay people. I mean, gay people are not going anywhere. I think largely gay people have been accepted, all over the country, in various, walks of life and things like that. I mean, people still have beliefs. Just because something is accepted doesn't mean you have to believe in it. Just like vice versa. How people may accept folks believing in God, but they don't believe in God. They may be atheist or agnostic, or of a different religion. Most characters that got kids are the kids that say that's what they like, I think. um I don't know, boss, but maybe it's possible. I can't say one way or the other. I really can't. But for the most part, I just know it's definitely a lot to ponder. It's definitely a lot to ponder, and I don't want to run from any conversations. It may seem like I'm about to run, but I literally was only gonna be on here half an hour. But definitely we can continue this conversation with many thoughts and more. Hopefully nobody took anything that was said in this live stream personally. We were just having conversation. If anybody is offended, I apologize, because that wasn't the intent. You know, um, Kids having kids, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot to consider with society. Be it the acceptance of gays, and black on black crime, or just people being fathers and not being fathers. There's a whole lot of things in this world to look at. Just how we treat each other as human beings, racial issues. Well, do you believe in black ancestral trauma? You've asked me this before. Um, do I believe in it? I've heard of it. I've heard of it. Can things be passed down? I believe so. I mean, like I said, people were still traumatized about slavery, so many centuries ago. So, yeah, you know. Um, yeah, well, he's asked this before. He's asked this before, drunken one. I don't take any offense to what he's saying. Are some of the questions disrespectful or stereotypical? Yeah, they are. But I mean, I'm not, I'm not phased or moved by any of that. See, not everything is a black issue. As human beings, we also have trauma since the birth of men. Ooh, that was deep. That was deep, Fury 009. That's what's up, and have a good day today. That's what's going on, boys. That's what's going on, boys. I'm still smooth as the other side of the pillow, cool as the other side of the pillow is what it is. Like I said, I just don't want anybody to, walk away from this conversation with any ill will, whatever was said or typed in the chat or whatever. Much love. Yeah. House Divided cannot stand. As yeah, yeah, no, no, no. Don't worry, Caesar. Nobody's coming at you. Yeah, I'm open minded. I'm open minded. Right now, I gotta go be open minded to some sleep. Thank you, folks, for coming through. I appreciate you, folks, being in this chat room. I did not expect 10 people and 6 thumbs up. I did not. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I appreciate you, folks. For coming through to this live stream. I know that you have a bigger. Yeah, well, no, no, we are on a bigger picture. Believe me, we are on a bigger picture. Fury 009, and I appreciate that. I take no harm and offense to anything that's being said into this chat room right now. So, you know, um, hopefully I see you folks next time. And as always, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. For dramatic effect, I'll cut off the light for you. Yeah, it's time to go.